Hello everybody, Gordon Curphy here, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about how do you end up using individual assessments in team settings. Many of you are very familiar with individual assessments, and by individual assessments I mean the Myers-Briggs, the DISC, social styles inventory, the Thomas Kilmann 360s. My personal favorites are the Hogan suite, the Hogan personality inventory, the motives, values, preferences inventory, the Hogan development survey, and the Hogan business reasoning inventory. But there are lots of different individual assessments out there, all right? And because these individual assessments can prove quite helpful, they end up oftentimes getting used in team settings. You know, let's have everybody take the individual assessment, aggregate the results, and show them to everybody on the team and talk about, okay, what does it mean to how we operate as a team? Now these instruments, these individual level instruments aggregated at the group level, do provide some really important insights to teams. One is they can help determine who should play what role. People have certain strengths doing certain things, all right? And many times they're just naturally better at performing certain roles on a team. The HPI does a really good job at this, all right? They also do a nice job at talking about team culture. What kind of tone is the team going to set? What's the team going to consider to be important? The Hogan motives, values, and preferences inventory does a really nice job assessing team culture. And the last thing I think that's really important that these individual assessments can do is talk about how the team is apt to react under times of stress. All right, is this team going to really stop communicating with each other or try to micromanage things when the stuff hits the fan? The Hogan Development Survey does an excellent job at that. All right, now I find these individual assessments can be quite powerful and very, very helpful when working with teams. But you also have to use a little bit of the Clint Eastwood quote here from back in the old days when he was doing the Dirty Harry movies. You know, a man's got to know his limitations, all right? And so these individual assessments are limited in terms of what they can tell you about a team. They don't say anything about the context in which the team operates. It's competitors, it's customers, what's going on in terms of the political and economic realities facing the team. They don't say anything about team goals, all right, or the team's purpose. They don't say anything about team rewards. They don't say anything about the size of the team, whether it's too big or too small. Doesn't say anything about the reporting structure, whether it's helping or hindering teamwork. Doesn't say anything about team norms in terms of how the team's currently running its meetings, what's going on with respect to ownership and accountability. Doesn't say anything about team buy-in with respect to how motivated are people actually to work on the goals of the team. Doesn't say anything about team resources. They don't say a whole lot about how the team is currently managing conflict, nor what kind of results the team is achieving. So understand that there is a lot that goes on with a team that's not being measured by these individual level assessments. Again, individual assessments are really, really helpful for understanding how a team operates and setting up hypotheses for what might be happening in terms of team dynamics. But you need other measures. You need something like the team assessment survey to provide you with feedback around how the team is actually operating. If you want to learn more about how to incorporate individual level assessments into team offsites, then I suggest you check out our materials at www.therocketmodel.com or attend one of our team improvement workshops. Next ones are happening at Shanghai in a few weeks, and we have one in Charlotte, North Carolina at the end of May. Thank you.